I have good news and bad news. Man, the good news is probably for everybody else, and the bad news is likely just for myself. Well, I'll be clear. The good news is likely for everybody else and one of my eyes. Life is funny, man. So, I've been catastrophizing, as usual, fearing the worst. And, yeah, I think my anxiety about this right eye has proven to be founded. So, okay, I'll start with the good news. The good news? The vision on this eye from last week is getting a lot better. I can see the bubble dissipating, but I'm able to walk around, I'm able to use the screens and stuff. I feel like that vision is getting close to baseline, close to what it was before the surgery. And as I've been watching it get there, I've been understanding why, like, the surgeons and the doctors were so confident about it should be getting better every day, because it has been getting better every day. Like, that's what should be happening. And that's what has alerted me to my right eye being like, wait a second, my right eye was not doing this. Like, that's not what was happening. Like, I can feel naturally with this left eye that it's healing. Like, I can feel like I can see the bubble doing things that make sense. The right eye was not doing that. So even now, this right eye is really blurry. So what I did yesterday is I ended up emailing the doctors, and I was like, all right, my left eye, the one that was just operated on, is doing better than my right eye, which was operated on almost 4 weeks ago. I want to come in, you know. So I set up a meeting with them. I set up an appointment with them this afternoon, and we took some pictures, we chatted, for a bit, and yeah. So what they said is it looks like there's fluid in my eye, in my right eye, and what he suspects might be happening is he suspects that because I'm younger than most of the patients that have been in the trial, my immune system might be a lot stronger. I don't know. I'm like, does that make me feel better? Does it not? No. But because of that, my body might have been fighting the right one a lot harder. Also because I had just gotten on the steroids. So what they're going to do is they're going to observe this. I am going back in tomorrow morning at tomorrow very, very early in the morning for them to see basically the delta, for them to see whether or not the fluid increased or not. And then they'll make the decision. I'll have essentially, it sounds like I have three choices with it. One is a very simple choice, because he said, okay, if there's fluid there, if it's inflammation, if there's pain, then that means that the vector has been the body was fighting off the vector, is what he was saying. But I had no pain, and he says it looks like there's no inflammation. And he said that it could then just be like my body's natural, I guess, fluids, at which case he can just go in and take the fluid out, and that might clear up the vision. So that's a lot to take in, but I'm also trying to be grateful that I caught it before we left. Like, we're supposed to leave on Sunday. Like, we got the train booked and everything. We got the flights booked. We're leaving on the 5th, and like this is literally the Friday before even the coordinator. The coordinator is going on vacation, so it's like I hope it's nothing big, you know. But if it is, we'll make it work. So I think what seems like would be worst case for this eye. Worst case scenario is if the fluid buildup looks like it's the retina detachment. Um, he'd have to do another retinal surgery where he puts the air bubble in there so that the retina can reattach. Um, and that's the worst case scenario. And in that worst case scenario, it's also a worst case scenario for me because I have a flight in 5 days, and if you put the air bubble, you can't fly for 8 weeks. So, yay! you know. Um, so I'm just trying to process that too. But also that's worst case scenario. And if that's worst case scenario, it's fine. I already have like contingency plans. I'm like, okay, if I'm doing that, I guess I'm getting a hotel for another 5 days, and then taking that surgery, and then planning to go stay with family somewhere, for 8 weeks, and moving all my flights and having my wife fly back home. And just wait. That's like easy contingency plan, right? Um, but but that's worst case scenario. And when I was discussing with him about that, he didn't even bring that up. Like I tend to ask those questions because he seems like that's not the case. But when I was asking him about that, and I asked him, I was like, okay, so if that's the case, would the outcome of the treatment change for my eye? And what he said was no, your outcome should still be the same. From all the pictures we see, it looks like the vector took, all those things. So that's promising. But I mean, like, mixed bag. And I think it's because I'm seeing how well this eye is doing, right? Like, that's what's supposed to happen. And I think that's what's so bittersweet for me, is I'm realizing, wow, like, if this right eye had been doing like this left eye, I'd be back to my normal vision now. Like, if this is what other people are experiencing, that's amazing. But I also wanted to share because I think I keep saying, advocate for yourself, and I don't know. I don't know if I should have pushed harder about this, because I literally have a diary where I'm like, this eye gave up, and like I sat and listened to it and watched it, and was like, I knew then. I had an idea that there's something wrong. Like, this is weird. Like, even when I came back after the surgery, I was like, this is weird. Like, and it's not supposed to be weird. Like, this didn't feel weird. It didn't look weird. It was just a bubble, and it was a bubble that made sense. But what can you do? This is I'm the guinea pig. I'm the one who's teaching the things. That's what happens when you're first in line. You learn the things, and that's what I'm doing. I'm learning. So hopefully everybody else can learn from that too. In short, the surgery after I think the usual, learning from the latest one, I think the usual process is after they do the checkup, it should get better every day. Like, it should clear up every day. Like, this eye, every single day, it's getting a lot better. Like, yesterday I couldn't read the words on this preview. Today I can. And I think that's what the surgeons had been trying to tell me, but it it wasn't internalizing for me. I was mixing it up with all of the blurriness and stuff that they've been warning me about. So part of the reason I had reached out was because I was worried that if this is the blurriness I'm supposed to expect, then I was like, man, I'm about to be blind for like 2 to 3 months. But it doesn't seem like it, because when I reached out, I said, hey, can you check if this is the cataracts? If I have early onset cataracts, because I need to plan how I'm going to live, the next 2 months, because I need to figure out what kind of, work I'm going to be doing, like, am I going to need to focus for the next 7 days on voice text and, like reach out to everybody and say, hey, or should I expect it to be something else? And I think they say I should expect it to be something else. So thankfully, this clinic is awesome. They're good. Bethany took me in real fast, and we went in. We did the appointment, and they moved time aside in the morning tomorrow, and they're gonna look at it. And so it's a mixed bag. I think they're also trying to be optimistic and trying to keep me up and stuff, but also they're doctors, and the fact that they move things aside, something's up. It's not. You wouldn't move things aside if everything was kosher. You wouldn't be like, let me observe this for the next day if everything was fine. So you know what? Maybe my pirate dreams will come through. Maybe I'll finally get to wear an eye patch. I want to be a little pirate. I thought I was gonna wear an eye patch for 2 to 3 weeks, and was a little disappointed when I came and there were like no eye patches. So maybe that's what will happen. But no, I'm not wishing that on myself. I'm just kind of making a joke. But the doctor says that is probably okay. It's probably fine. I suspect that I'll have to have them take out the fluid. I hope that it's not retinal detachment, because if it is, that's just some complicated logistics. I'm not even worried about the surgery, honestly. I'm just more worried about, I wish we had caught it sooner. I stayed here for a month, So I think, honestly, that's probably what I'm beating myself up the most about. Is just, I stayed here for a month exactly for this purpose, and the fact that I found this 2 or 3 days before I'm supposed to leave it's messing with me, man. I'm like, dang, like I knew the Thursday before. Oh God, I had time. That's so frustrating. But yeah, what can you do? I played guitar. It made me feel a lot better, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna pray and hope that it's okay. I have the appointment tomorrow, so we'll see. Naturally, I don't want them to just tell me good news. Just no, do what we need to do. I'll cancel all the flights I need to. This is important. So I'm hoping that I go there and they're like, oh, this is easy. Let me just put a needle in your eye and suck all the fluid out, and as soon as they do, then my eye clears up. That would be amazing. Like that's really what I'm hoping for. But yeah, so I'm trying to hold on to that hope and that faith. He still seems very confident. He still seems very much like everything looks good, man. Like you'll be all right. We just let's just look at this. But I'm living it, so I still have my cautious. I want to say optimism, but right now it's pessimism. I don't know. I gotta be real. But yeah, so mixed bag. Good news for this eye and everybody else who is not young and and has a high immune system, and so, and I think also because of that. So he mentioned that it's possibly because I'm much younger than everybody else who came in for this. So my body probably fought it a lot higher, and he did put me on a higher dose. I think he put me on a higher dose of the steroids than most other people, and this still happened. Because when he was asking me which pills I was taking, he was saying things like 5 milligrams, and I was like, no, I'm on 20, dude. Like, you got me on 20. He's like, oh, and he's like, well, you might have to increase it, and I'm already tapering off. So he said that when we go, he'll look at it and then, do the prognosis or whatever it's called. And most likely that would be, we look at it, remove the fluid, increase the steroid use so that my body stops fighting everything off. And then hopefully it's okay. So that's where I'm at. I'll do another diary tomorrow, hopefully a happy one. But most likely it's just going to be melancholy, being like, oh man, I gotta come back for this surgery and I gotta do something else, and I'm a whiny little boy. But I gotta be grateful, man. Like, this eye is doing really well. And I think it was also good news for me, because that means that no, I'm not going to be blind the next 2 months. Like, okay, let me be cautious, right? Because there is still going to be a little bit of blurriness after the bubble settles down, but it's not going to be like this one. Like, this one is literally, right now, it's just light sensitivity. That's not, as a heads up, that's not what should be happening. You should be able to see. Like, I'm just that type of person. I just feel like the craziest things are happening, and I'm just like, okay, that's fine. I guess I'm blind now. But that's why I'm at least here to trailblaze and show you guys so that you don't make the same mistakes I have. Yeah. So I'll be back tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.